Hi there, welcome to my channel. The people at NYXI sent over another set of joypads, but this time, rather than the full-size ones, they sent the mini version of their joypads in a very kawaii color pattern. Despite the joypads on this box being black colored, meet the NYXI mini Macaron colored joypads, and this is where I usually shamelessly plug my special promo code WOWVJSLTR, WOWVJSLTR, for 10% off the entire NYXI gaming website. I've done a handful of videos for NYXI gaming controllers, so feel free to check out that playlist. Click up above to see those videos and maybe browse around their website at the same time, but don't forget to use promo code WOWVJSLTR for 10% off. Link is in the video's description. So going back to the actual NYXI joypads, here they are. Let's open up this box. From my experiences with NYXI gaming, they tend to ship their items in the same packaging, despite the color on the front of the box being their black colored model. What you find inside is the specified model or color that you ended up buying from their site. And I promise you, the kawaii pastel colored blue and pink joypads are inside here. A few extras include the joypad grip, which allows you to use your joypads together in wireless mode, a USB-C cable to USB-A, and some lengthy documentation which shows you how to use the joypads. The instructions go over controller layout, seeing the pairing key, how to use the turbo function, and how to adjust the vibrations. Really simple, and it comes in about 4 or 5 different languages, but here they are in all of the glory and beautiful and kawaii-ness of it all. These are the Macaron themed NYXI mini joypads, and they come in blue and pink, which is super adorable. To specify the mini model, here are some normal size NYXI joypads. These are what they call the milk version, and if you can't tell by now, NYXI likes naming their themes after food, which I think is actually really cute. So you can't tell, it's about half the size and much slimmer than the original model. There's one thing missing though, it doesn't have the back buttons like the normal size NYXI joypads have, but the turbo button is conveniently located on the front of the controller rather than the back. Overall, they do feel much more ergonomic than traditional Joy-Cons. They have a nice groove and bump on the handle, whereas traditional Joy-Cons are pretty much flat. So the buttons are very clicky on this thing compared to the original joypads. So if that's not for you, this may not be your cup of tea, but there is one thing that I really do appreciate, and the analog sticks on the mini version are much tighter than the original full-size version. So if you like tighter analog sticks, I think you'd appreciate this a bit more, whereas these original versions tend to be just a little bit looser, but both are completely usable and functional, so it's whatever your preference is, and I think these are going to perform just fine, and we're going to test that out very shortly with some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Overall, it feels really good in the hands. It's much smaller than the original, obviously, but it does still have a very good, comfortable feel. Both sides have all of the buttons a traditional pair of Joy-Cons would have, even the little shoulder buttons on the very top if you use them detached or use them individually, but this left side joypad does have a full D-pad, so that's a huge plus for most gamers. And here's my usual Switch setup. I'm actually using another set of NYXI joypads. These happen to be their Blitz Ice Cracking set in black, and I love them so much, so click that card above to check that video out. But let's get these little adorable Macaron themed Joy-Cons set on my Switch. You can tell already it's much smaller than the previous set that were on my Switch. But as you can see, it's really easy to change the colors on each of the analog sticks. All you do is hold down the turbo button and tap on each analog stick that you want to change. And if you double tap on any particular color, that's how you get into their breathing effect mode. And you can actually do that with every single color. I'll just go through red and yellow. And then if you do it 3 times, that's how you get to the rainbow breathing effect. And the same applies to the left-hand side as well too. So let's go through all of those. And I slow down the video back to normal speed for the breathing effect. So that's how slow it actually goes, rather than when it was sped up earlier as we swapped through all the colors. So hopefully this helps you see how fast or slow the actual breathing effect goes on these joypads. I just love these features. They just make your joypads stand out. Whenever I pull my joypads out, whenever I'm at a friend's house or in public, people who are Nintendo Switch owners are always in awe because they don't know these sort of things exist. Some people know about Hori split pads, but you can't detach those, whereas you can detach these and use these in wireless mode as well too. So as we have Mario Kart 8 loaded up, I'm just testing all of the buttons. The analog sticks are working, A is working, the capture button works so you can take your screenshots. Let's skip forward a bit, holding down A for the boosty at the beginning. We got it. Now let's press B to brake. Now we're going in reverse. Apparently Y makes you go forward too. That's kind of strange. Never knew that about Mario Kart. X is to look backwards. That's working as well too. R to jump, R shoulder, and then R trigger to jump. And then ZL and all of those buttons on the left hand side, they're working as well too. We're using the items. There we go. The shoulder button's working now. holding it kind of weird just to show off that I'm actually pressing the button. Left analog stick looks like it's working quite well, and it feels really good right now. I do like the tighter Joy-Cons. On the original or the actual full-size set, they are a bit loose. I mentioned that earlier at the beginning of the video, so I'm really liking the tighter joypad analog sticks on the mini model. So let's take off these joypads and actually put it on the little grip that they give you to see if they work flawlessly in wireless mode. You can use these split as well too, but I've never been one of those people to use controllers split, so having this little grip is really helpful. And what we're going to test right now is the gyro. So the 6-axis gyro on this set of controllers. We're just testing it out. As you can see, the villager boy is moving his steering wheel at the same time as I rotate the controller. So let's try this out. I'm awfully dreadful at using motion controls, but to kind of over exaggerate and show all of the movements, going right with the glider, going left with the glider. But huge shout out to those out there who actually use motion controls on Mario Kart and can place top 3. GG's to you. That is very tough. But here is one of the most awesome features, the turbo button. So if you press turbo one time along with the button that you want to initiate, it turns into a press turbo. So I'm holding down the trigger and my villager is jumping as I press it down. And then if you do it 2 times, it's an automatic turbo. And to turn it off, you just initiate it one more time and it goes off. So the fun thing is about the turbo features for these NYXI joypads, you can set multiple buttons to turbo. So it just doesn't have to be set to R. You can have R and A, R, A and B, and the list goes on. And if you're just feeling wild some days and you want every single button to have turbo, you can set it up that same exact way and do it with multiple buttons or all the buttons. Depends how you just feel that day, I guess. So here's how you adjust the vibration. So with the turbo button, you just press up on each analog stick. For the right side analog stick, it'll control the right side Joy-Con, and left analog stick will control the left side Joy-Con. So you can control the intensity, or if you want to turn it off completely, you just press down all the way, and then same goes for the left side. Press up a few times if you want the intensity to go up, and if you want no vibration at all or very little intensity, just push down on the left analog stick as you hold down the turbo button. That pretty much covers the Macaron themed mini joypads by NYXI, and they're a great alternative to traditional Joy-Cons, and for those who may have smaller hands or want a more portable set in comparison to how huge the full-size joypads are. So this set might just be for you. So as I wind down this video, let's get this all set up. With that, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Feel free to check out a few others, and for those who want to support the channel just a bit more, make sure to click that subscribe button so you know when I go live on a stream or upload a new video. Lastly, for those who want to see their names at the start or end of my next video, make sure to check out my channel memberships and see all the perks there. Hope you all have a great day. Please stay safe out there. Goodbye.